Yeah, so that's just basically the general gist of it. Okay, so let's start off with invincibility. Now you notice when you air dodge in Smash, you're invincible, nobody can touch you, and so on and so forth. Well, actually, you'll be glowing white in color, but if you actually turn on a debug menu, your character is actually blue, and that is because there's different levels of intangibility in the game outside of the standard invincibility. So you have intangibility where, like, not touching the ledge, I guess, like, if you're using a star, let me I can't even use a star because I'm in debug mode, but if you use a star, you won't be blue. I think you would probably be a different color, an intangible color. Oh, if you grab, your character would actually turn a different color if someone tried to hit you, because you'll get the damage, but you won't get the knockback. So yeah, blue means that you're completely invincible. Nothing can touch you. You can't get grabbed. You can't get hurt. No damage, anything like that. But if you turn like a yellowish color in debug, no, actually yellow is actually hit stun. My bad. But anyway, there's a different color. I think it's red. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, so the color is red when you're intangible. That means you can take damage, but you don't get knocked back. Blue means you're completely invincible, and you need to learn a few of these things. Now, you'll turn blue if you grab the ledge and jump on, or if you air dodge. You'll turn blue because you're completely invincible. If you grab somebody and throw them and someone hits you, you'll turn red. You'll take damage. So remember that if you grab somebody, you can still get damaged even though you throw someone and didn't take the knockback. Another thing is stage collision detection. I need to activate that mode. Give me a second. Okay, I think it's YN. Okay, stage collision detection. This is very, 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 very important. Now you need to learn about this one. As you can see, like, there's some dots on Zero Suit Samus. Her head, her legs, and just pretty much beneath her. That, you'll notice, like, that little dot beneath her, it turns white when you hit the ground. And a lot of people really don't know about stage collision detection. But this is really important. That little so this little white dot when you hit the ground, it actually is your top end bone. Your top end bone decides how you interact with the stage upon landing. In Brawl, there was a glitch, whereas your character, like right here, your character would literally already be touching the ground, because this top end bone, where that little white dot is, it would actually teleport your character to the ground. It wasn't put into the game properly. It wasn't created properly. Oh, this is Christian. Oh, hey, what's up? Thanks for watching the stream. I'm only gonna go over some little basic stuff, Christian. Okay, yeah, so this little box right underneath Zero Suit Samus, that had to be fixed in Project M to act more like Melee. And a lot of people don't notice, so I'll just give you a little backstory about it. When Brawl was being created, the Sakurai did not put as much work and effort into characters like he did in Melee. And certain times, like in Melee, because you have dynamic landing detection, you had certain instances where you would use Fox, and you can actually nair. I can't use the example with Zero Suit Samus, but there's an instance where if you back air, you can be this low to the ground. You can actually back air that low to the ground, and one of the reasons why you can do that is because you have dynamic landing detection. Your character falls at the ground at different intervals, I guess, rather than how the static landing detection in Brawl. It might still be there in Smash 4. So you can't do things like you can't dare on Yoshi Story with Ganon and hit the opponent underneath the platform. I noticed like a few people would actually see that happen to them. You play Melee and you're fighting a Ganondorf and you're below the platform and Ganondorf dares on the platform and you somehow get hit. And you'd be like, what the hell, how did that happen? And that's because of the same bone right here, the same little white dot right underneath Zero Suit Samus. That shows how far your hitbox can extend under the stage. And I know most people would be like, well, that's kind of janky, but the way he made it before wasn't any better. And it's preferred to use this type of landing detection because it just introduces more interaction with shields. Like if a person is shielding and they shield up to protect the upper part of their body, you can actually shield poke them with an aerial if you go really low. So this is something that you can't do in Brawl because you teleport to the ground. But in Project M, this was fixed to act more like melee. So I can literally back air Samus at her toes or by her knee area. Whereas if I played Brawl, I could only back air her to the top part of her body. So that's something about stage collision detection that people don't know. Being able to attack shields at either the highest part, like the head to the waist, or from the waist to the toes. You can actually attack different areas like that. Or if a person is underneath a platform and they're tall, you can actually dare through the platform and bounce them up. So just little different strategies and stuff for characters that have extended hitboxes. Okay, so let's move on to stage. This little box every time I jump, that's actually called, what's that called? That's called ledge grab box. So let's talk about ledge grab box. You see this little box in the front of Zero Suit Samus? This box shows when your character is actually available to grab the ledge. Now notice when I air dodge, it disappears and then it reappears. When it disappears, it shows you how long it takes before I could actually grab the ledge from an air dodge. So double jump, air dodge. So I'm gonna actually slow it down. So double jump, air dodge, and I'm doing it frame by frame. You see that? I'm still in my invincibility just wore off from my air dodge. Removing. She's turning around, and that's when it reappears. Now let's do that again, but actually count the frames. Okay, jump, air dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So on frame 42, because this could actually be super wrong, but on frame 42 is when she's able to grab the ledge after air dodging. So that's actually not good with Zero Suit Samus. If you're trying to recover to the stage and you want to, and your opponent is like pressuring you really hard, it's just better to do her up B because it automatically grabs the ledge rather than saying to yourself, oh, I'm just going to air dodge up and then grab, because that may not help you in the long run. So if you're recovering like this and you want air dodge up, that's a no-no for Zero Suit Samus. Don't do that. Oh, you notice I'm green. The same thing I was telling you guys about invincibility. When you're completely invincible, you're blue. But notice when I die and I come back, I'm green. This just means I'm intangible. It doesn't mean I'm invincible. Alright, is there anything else that we're moving on now. Let's move on to... Okay, let's move on to body collision states. These things are very important to know. Melee, Project M, Smash 4, Brawl. You need to learn these little tidbits about your character because they help you in the long run. Because certain characters can do this, can air dodge and immediately grab the ledge, like Meta Knight and Jigglypuff. And certain characters take a year and 3 days to actually get their grab boxes back. So remember that little bit. So we're going to talk about hit stun and hit lag. This is hit lag. This is the moment when I hit Samus and she's going into that, okay, I'm in pain animation. That's called hit lag. Do not confuse that with hit stun. A lot of times people confuse hit stun with hit lag and they're not the same thing. Hit lag is just the animation that you go into when you're hit. And if you, during this animation, you can actually smash DI. If you use the joystick, you can actually smash DI using the joystick or the C-stick. Anyone, joystick, C-stick. And you can actually push your character away from your opponent. So this combo right here, I'm not going to be able to get this full combo on Samus. And notice that she always pops up, so I can't even get the full combo now because of damage percent. But even if her damage wasn't this high, if I jab, Samus can actually smash DI away from this. because during hit lag you can smash DI. Well, you can do it in Project M and Melee. I don't think you can do it in Brawl. I think you can do it in Brawl. You can't do it in Smash 4, from what I've been told, that hit lag is not smash DI-able in Smash 4. Or even if it is, it's by a very, very, very small amount. Okay, now let me show you hit stun. Bam. You notice that Samus is actually on a deeper color, like more of an orange than a yellow that she was in before, because yellow means hit lag, and in this instance hit stun is actually orange. Hit stun is when your character is experiencing knockback, and it's knockback and give me a second. Okay, I think it's just knockback. When your character is actually sent, knockback and tumble. Oh man, I can't remember, but anyway, let's just go with knockback. When your character is experiencing launch speed and knockback. So if you attack a person and they get sent flying, like how Samus is being sent flying right now, she's going to stay in this animation depending on her damage and depending on the launch speed of your attack. I think Zero Suit Samus forward smash actually has knockback growth, and it has BKB, basic knockback, and it does have knockback growth. I think it's KBG. But I'm not going to explain all of that because those are little things that you got to go on Smash boards to learn. But your character, depending on the percentage of your opponent and the attack and velocity of your, I guess, forward smash, a character would be stuck in hit stun much longer than they're supposed to. So yeah, one of the things that I can tell you for sure is that in this animation you can smash DI up. You want to smash DI up and in. So notice that Samus is being sent up and right. You want to smash DI up and left. So it'll put Samus at an angle where she goes into the corner, because you always want to aim for the corners. A lot of people don't know this, but every time when you get hit in Smash, you want to aim for the corners. You don't want to aim too far to the left. Like the angle that you want your character to fly in is up and right just about every time. That's the perfect DI. So if you get sent up, hold right so that your character can aim for the corner. If your character gets sent horizontally, you want to hold up so that your character again gets that perpendicular angle and aim for the corners, because that's the only way that you're going to survive in Smash. And I think this applies to all Smash games, especially since Smash 4 got the update. So yeah, notice that Samus is actually stuck in hit stun, and then you're going to notice that her color is about to change right now. Oh wait, I think she's going to die. Oh no, okay. Intangible again. Okay, so you notice Samus is yellow. That's, again, I'll say it again, that's hit lag. And when Samus is sent up, she's orange. That's hit stun. Now I'm gonna count the frames when she actually loses that orangey color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. In fact, I don't need. Okay, you notice she just lose her orange color, and now she's falling. That's called tumble. In Smash games, whenever you see your character go into tumble animation, it means you can act out of it. You can't air dodge in, this is a little Smash tidbit for people that play Melee. When you see your character go into tumble after hit stun, you cannot air dodge immediately. You have to break out of it. So you want to press left and right. Whenever you see your character go in the same animation that Samus is in, you want to press left and right. This is going to actually put Samus in her standing neutral position, or I would say just her neutral position in general, and then you can air dodge. But right now Samus is out of hit stun, and she can immediately act out of it with any attack, but she cannot air dodge until she actually wiggles out. So you want to wiggle out by pressing left and right. Once you do that, Samus is going to go into her neutral position in the air, and you're able to air dodge. But always remember this: whenever you see your character go into tumble, Yeah, you see the color just changed from orange to tumble. Tumble means that you're out of hit stun. Just remember that, because it's not going to show colors when you're actually in game. But anytime you see your character just was sent flying and then they go into this animation, they're immediately out of hit stun and you can arc out of it. That's a lot of times like when you fight Peach as Fox and you up throw her and then you try to go for the up air. That means Peach is immediately thrown into tumble and she can nair you before you can up air her. It happened to me a lot of times. So you have to know when a character is either stuck in their tumble or is about to, I mean, not stuck in tumble, stuck in hit stun and goes into tumble, because they can interact and hit you before you hit them. A lot of people don't know that little bit, but you better learn it today. And I'm almost done. Actually, I need to only explain one more thing and I'm going to be pretty much done. What else do I need to explain? Hitbox hitstone. Oh, hitbox sizes. Yeah, this one is going to be a little crazy. Okay. So bear with me if you've actually been with me this long, because we're about to finish. Okay. So hitboxes is about where the animation actually, okay, when you do a jab animation like this, you see those little orange in those red circles around Zero Suit Samus? That's the actual hitbox. That's what interacts with your character. So if you notice, one thing about Zero Suit Samus is that she does not have those orange circles above her hand. And what does that mean? That means that if you're above Zero Suit Samus and she jabs, she's not going to hit you. The only time when you're going to get hit from Zero Suit Samus's jab is if you're within that same range. If you're in that area of where those little orange, in those red circles are, you're going to get hurt. So if you have knowledge of this, now that I've done this with Zero Suit Samus, I have knowledge of this. So whenever I fight Zero Suit Samus's Meta Knight, I know that when Samus needs to jab me, once I'm above her, I can actually dare her head without being hit or touched from her jab. So I'm going to do it in slow motion and finish the rest of her animations. Okay, so the second jab, the boxes are still below her, and let's look at the last one. Now, as you can see, this box extends a bit above her, so I know on her third jab that I can't be slightly above her because I'm going to get hurt. But I know that her boxes are no longer right underneath her, so I can actually dare her in this animation. I can use, not a dare, I can actually use a down tilt, because my down tilt hitbox would be under her third jab hitbox. So you kind of get the gist of how this all works out in the end. Let's take a look at our forward smash. Okay, that's huge. I didn't even know that was that big. But I can't touch Zero Suit Samus at all in this animation. If I even run up behind her to try to go for a grab, I'm going to get hit. There's no way that I can properly approach Zero Suit Samus in a situation like this, simply because look at those hitboxes. They're huge. I can't get underneath because I'm going to get spanked. I can't go behind her because I'm going to get spanked. So in a situation like this, I know that I cannot challenge Zero Suit Samus when she's doing a forward smash. So you guys kind of catching on to how this whole thing works out in the end. I know now that I have to respect this. I cannot approach her during this animation. If I don't have respect for her during this animation, I'm screwed. So that's another little one. Oh, and did you see that whole animation? Let's take a look at it. Boom. That's already huge. Now let's look at how it goes behind her. And notice the hitboxes did not disappear when the whip moved. Those are still hitboxes that's active in the front of Zero Suit Samus. That move is huge. And look at that. She's pulling her whip in and her boxes are still out. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And let's see how much cooldown she has after her hitboxes disappear. And I'm pretty sure she has IASA frames, yeah. She's able to move immediately after her hand comes back like this. She's able to attack immediately. So she has IASA frames out of forward smash. So I know that when she forward smashes like this, she could immediately jab once her hand goes back. So yeah, that just explained that hitbox. Oh yeah, if you're noticing, these are actually Smash 4 models in Project M. I did that, yeah. And I think they still work perfectly online too, so I can actually play people online with Smash 4 models. Let's look at down smash. Okay, so there's only 2 hitboxes. She's still pretty much vulnerable from every other angle of her body. That's not a big deal. Okay, let's look at up smash. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. But she still is vulnerable from her feet. So if she up smashes, yeah, she's pretty much easy to hit all around. Let's look at forward tilt, down tilt, up tilt. Okay, so just from looking at her hitboxes, in her hitboxes, I can tell you that Zero Suit Samus, she's very vulnerable from her legs down, except with forward smash that covers her entire body. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. If anybody has any character they want to see hitboxes on, let me know, and I'll switch to the character now before I actually go off stream, because I don't want to make this too long. I only wanted to just cover like certain aspects.